crackdown on a large network of narcoflats. The empty apartments in Barcelona's old town squatted to sell and to take drugs. Hello, and welcome to Catalan News. Some 50 people were arrested today in a large police operation on drug dealing in Barcelona's Raval area. Neighbors have been complaining for months about drug use and trafficking in the historic quarter, a major concern for some of them, as we'll find out on our show. Meanwhile, in Girona, a Guinness World Record was broken this morning. Barcelona was once a walled city with medieval, narrow streets. As its population grew, buildings became taller until walls were knocked down for a large expansion of the city. Yet those narrow streets, now the Old Town, are source to some of Barcelona's most serious public safety problems, and the police are working towards stopping this.
More than 800 police officers, almost 40 raids, and at least 55 people detained. These are the figures from today's police operation against drug trafficking in Barcelona, one of the largest on record. The target, the so-called narcopisos, empty apartments occupied by drug dealers and used as selling spots.
We've had a constant traffic of drug addicts up and down the stairs. They've ruined the staircase, syringes, crack bottles, drug addicts asleep, comatose, vomiting in the staircase, every horror you can imagine.
The narcopisos is a pressing issue in Barcelona's Old Town, raising public health concerns and contributing to a growing sense of insecurity in the area.
Drug dealing is not new to Barcelona Old Town and especially to this neighborhood, the Raval. Back in the 70s and in the 80s, a major heroin crisis took over the neighborhood and urban planning was required in order to address the situation. Now the drug dealing seems to be doing a comeback and it found fertile ground in those apartments left empty by the financial crisis of 2008.
The police operation is the result of a 2-year investigation. Last February, a local association said there were more than 50 apartments occupied by drug dealers. Today's raids dismantled 26 narcopisos, as well as 14 apartments that were also used to distribute drugs. Authorities stressed the importance of today's operation.
Aquesta operació ha sigut un atac directe a la xarxa de distribució de droga a la ciutat de Barcelona.
Des dels més grans que s'han fet. Això dona també idea de la importància i de la prioritat que donem en aquest tema.
Opposition parties in Barcelona have repeatedly blamed the mayor for an alleged growing insecurity in the city. With the local election due to take place in May next year, the issue is very likely to be one of the campaign's hottest topics.
Divisions within the pro-independence parties on how to proceed in order to achieve a Catalan republic continue, with the main differences between former leader Carles Puigdemont's supporters and his partners in government, Esquerra Republicana. And as some call for all of them to come together on a single platform for independence, others insist that the movement should have different parties with different political ideologies.
Exactly a year after the declaration of independence in the Catalan parliament, the parties defending it are still struggling to find unity on two underlying matters: what to do since the Catalan Republic was unable to be implemented, and whether to do it with a single and unified political platform or with separate candidacies in the upcoming elections. Next May, voters will have their say in local and European elections. The Esquerra party is reluctant to put forward joint tickets for any election, as they repeated today. This is despite the fact that an MEP for the party suggested a Spanish-wide left-wing front or a joint candidacy of nationalist and pro-independence parties to stand in the European Parliament election.
Es buscarà una candidatura més aviat ideològica, i si fos ideològica aleshores s'ha de fer un tipus d'unificació, o es buscarà un front global a Europa, és a dir, tots els que no són del 155.
He proposes Esquerra's leader, Oriol Junqueras, currently in prison, could lead such a joint ticket. And Elsa Artadi, a minister for the other large pro-independence group in Parliament, Junts per Catalunya, said today that she was open to the suggestion. Her group is led by former Catalan President Carles Puigdemont, and they are more in favour of joint tickets. This weekend, in fact, the exiled official, Artadi, and others established a new political platform, National Call for the Republic. Their aim is for it to become an umbrella movement for the whole pro-independence movement, whether left or right, So far, only one party, PDeCAT, is open to joining them. The unionist parties have been critical of Puigdemont's latest move, as a socialist spokesman made clear.
No deixen de ser intents de respiració assistida a un procés mort, que és el procés unilateral per la independència, que ha demostrat que no té solucions pel país.
This comes as internal disputes continue in the Catalunya en Comú party, the only one non-aligned in the independence issue. MP Elisenda Alemany has stepped down as party spokeswoman after presenting a group critical of the leadership.
The Catalan Foreign Action Ministry continues reopening offices abroad closed down by Spain during the period of direct rule. And after Berlin and London, today the delegation in Rome was inaugurated again by the Foreign Minister Ernest Maragall. His project is to have again a dozen such offices open in the coming months, and also expand the networks to other regions, such as the Maghreb and Asia. This despite Spain challenging their reopening in court last month, arguing the Catalan government had not followed all the legal steps required. Barcelona's airport broke the all-time record of passengers in 2017 and is set for a new best this year. Part of this success might be due to the winter season, which started yesterday. Some 23 million passengers are expected to land and depart from Barcelona from now until late March, meaning 10% more passengers than during the past winter season. In the Lleida airport, there's activity almost exclusively these months, usually due to skiers, but this year also thanks to some 120 student pilots from a Lithuanian academy who will take their courses there. Catalan artist Joan Miró was one of the top references in surrealism worldwide. And his foundation continues promoting this art movement. Now with an exhibit focused on Lee Miller, a photographer who contributed by bringing together British surrealist artists and taking the movement closer to journalism. Miller, known for her creativity and transgression, was ahead of her time and bucked 20th century standards. Now, time for an art that transgresses in a different way, by breaking Guinness World Records. In Girona, 2 Peruvian acrobats climbed the city cathedral's 90 steps, plus 9 more, with one balancing on top of the other's head, upside down. If this was not surprising enough, they did it in only 53 seconds, breaking the previous record set by a Vietnamese pair on 90 stairs in 52 seconds. Expectations were high outside the cathedral to see the feat. This weekend, the weather drastically changed in Catalonia, with temperatures going down more than 10 degrees in just a day. And with the cold, the first snowfall also came, at heights even lower than 1,000 meters. Look at the picturesque landscape that the weekend left, and see you tomorrow.